What's going on, comic book fans? And this is Mike Otis with Phenom, and we're here again to do another Phenom versus. Yes, I'm sure you guys probably seen the Akima Cindy versus Black Widow. Obviously, a lot of you guys do not know nothing about Akima Cindy, but again, if you are new to this channel, I advise you to please go look at the character backstory so you can know exactly who Akima Sandeep is, as well as what I'm explaining in Phenom about this character, and knowing that she will appear in Night Reaper Origins #1. That is the first book of Phenom Comics, and on top of that as well, one of the best villains that you'll probably ever know once you're introduced to this character and know exactly who she is. She's not called the Serpent of Cain for no reason, I'm gonna tell you that right now. But before I go any further, again, like I said, like, subscribe, and share to this channel, and go to the character backstories and check out the new Phenom verses that I'm starting to incorporate on my channel. So we're going through a whole comparison as for what makes my characters different or similar to the other characters that's in the world of fantasy and superheroes, you know what I mean? But this Phenom versus is going to be about Silverback and Bane. Now I know you're probably like, what? Now who in the heck is Silverback? And what can he do with Bane? Now you see this man, Silverback isn't no joke. He's no joke. Now he's an enforcer. Now the thing about Silverback, his original name is Mark Briscoe, you know, but he earned his name. He's originally from Spain, you know, but he was raised in Little Italy. It's a little section here in Cleveland, you know, that for those who have been born and raised here in Cleveland, you'll know exactly what I mean and exactly who I'm talking about when you know exactly what that small town means, what I'm saying, you know. But anyway, again, Silverback is one of the Don Mateo Kane's enforcers. He's the brute of Don Mateo Kane. So understand that, you know, he has a gorilla-like physique, and I mean, he earned that nickname of Silverback for his raw strength and primal brutality, and that's what makes him stand out, you know. But we're going to get into this whole thing where, I mean, like, we looking, if we want to talk about strength comparisons and stuff like that, because that's where I'm about to get into with you guys. So the strength comparisons is the strengths and the abilities between the two. Well, for one, Silverback, he has damn near superhuman brute strength, okay? Not enhanced by any chemicals. Excuse me. Silverback is naturally powerful. He's capable of smashing through reinforced walls, flipping cars, and breaking bones with ease. With single punches. He's that strong. Just naturally gifted with strength. Now I'm not saying he's gonna lift a bus or nothing like that, but considering who he is, he's considered one of the strongest humans in Phenom Comics. So there's that. And then if we're really getting into it though, it is like the street fighting combat. You know, he grew up fighting in alleyways and fighting in clubs, which in fact is where Mateo Kane has found and recruited Silverback in the first place. If you have not watched Mateo Kane, the boss of Phenom, well, in the Night Reaper, you'll definitely want to check him out. Look at Mateo Kane. I'm sure you guys will be interested. But yeah, he uses his raw aggression and clinches power and he is a very dangerous individual, you know, like, especially if he grabs you. Now, I know a lot of you guys is like, you got some dudes that's just all muscle, that's big as hell, that you'll look at it and say to yourself, Uh, they're slow because of the muscle and everything. Yes, muscles can slow you down in the way that if you're too big, but in his case, he can move. You know what I'm saying? He has very high pain tolerance. He feels little pain due to high, just it's just, he has a high tolerance of pain for battle built over the years. Just built over the years of violence and growing up being the brute that he is. That's what makes him stand out more than anything. And also too, for those who also don't know, he does run club shots that was placed for him through Mateo Kane, which allows him to run and the HK game, Heartless Killers. But his club shots operations runs an illegal empire. Again, if you don't know that, with brute reinforcement, he commands fear without needing to speak much. Okay? His presence alone, man, is intimidating, as you can see from the picture. He's like that. You understand what I'm saying? So, and while he does prefer fist, he is very handy with melee weapons. So, he can manhandle some heavy machinery when needed and all that. He can do some damage if you allow, if he gets a hold of something, he's going to knock everything off, man. I'm just gonna let y'all know that right then and now. Like, Silverback is no joke. And again, if you aren't aware who Silverback is, his character backstory is on my channel, and so check the character backstories so you can actually see exactly who Silverback is and what to expect from this character, who is also inside of Night Reaper Origins as well. So that's another character I want you guys to be aware of 100%. But I'm not gonna hold y'all longer than I have to. We're going to get into this comparison. We're going to get into this versus, so y'all know exactly who and what, and you get to choose. Who do you feel would win the fight? But I have to get into the explanations and details as for the differences that stands out between Bane and Silverback, so you guys can know exactly what I'm talking about. So without further ado, hope y'all enjoy what we're talking about. Bane, DC Comics. Real name unknown, commonly just Bane. Origin: Bane in prison, and his role is a mastermind villain and physical rival to Batman. So, his strengths and abilities: Venom enhanced strength. When juiced up, Bane's strength can rival metahumans, punching through concrete, lifting tons, breaking Batman's back for those who do remember. Genius intellect. While known for brute force, Bane is also a master strategist, tactician, and a multilingual genius. He has martial arts training, has formal training in combat styles, grappling, pressure point strikes, and combat psychology. Peak human conditioning, off Venom. Even without Venom, Bane is still a physical specimen. Tactical brutality. Every strike is calculated. He doesn't just fight, he dismantles opponents. Now, battle scenario: brute force only. No tactics, no gadgets. The setting is an underground fight pit. No weapons, no outside help, no Venom for Bane, just fists and fury. Silverback's advantage: more unrelenting primal aggression, higher natural bulk and street-born savagery, possibly stronger base level physical power than Bane without Venom. Brawler instinct, doesn't care about damage, just destruction. Bane's advantage: better technique, combat knowledge, knows more how to exploit joints, weak points, and leverage. Slightly better stamina and body control. More refined killer instinct, trained to target weaknesses even in brute fights. Winner: tied or slight edge to Bane with difficulty. If Bane has no Venom, Silverback would overwhelm him at first with sheer power and rage, possibly breaking bones and pushing him to the brink. But Bane's tactical combat mind would adjust, finding ways to manipulate the fight with leverage, holds, and brutal counters. Bane wins barely, but leaves battered, bruised, and acknowledging Silverback as one of the most dangerous brutes he has ever faced. In short, Silverback, raw, savage power, and what gives Bane the upper hand is the refined tactical power. But if it was a slugfest with no rules, Silverback might crush Bane. But in a true one-on-one showdown with endurance, Bane edges out, but barely. Given chance, Silverback has the advantage. And that's my verses. Now, from everything that I've read, everything that's been read, that I've read to you guys, everything that's been said between the differences between Bane and Silverback. And let's be real, Silverback is a new character. Bane has had time to develop over the years. I'm not going to just try to justify, make excuses because I feel like he beat my character. But it's the fact that he still has an advantage and he still could win. Now, you take that to the bank. You know what I mean? So, truth be told, man, it's a good thing. And I personally believe if I had to choose myself, yeah, I guess if Bane was on the Phenom, yes, he beat the dog breaks off of Silverback. But Silverback ain't no chump, and best believe if it was just regular hand to hand, hey, Silverback would definitely would do some damage to Bane incredibly well. And I'm just gonna say it, and I'm gonna state that 100% true. But anyway, if y'all like the Phenom verses that I talked about between Silverback and Bane, please like, subscribe, share, and hit the notification bell for more Phenom verses. And in any other videos in the future, I want to engage with you guys more often so you guys can know exactly what Phenom is, what the characters that I will be bringing from now that's current and in the future. So please do not hesitate to choose who would your winner be. Yes, Silverback is very new compared to an OG Bane. But if we're really going off of characters like that, man, I'm going to go with my man Silverback, and that's just a fact. So you better watch out, Jack, or you may get cracked. I'm just saying it just like that. So I probably was corny, but I mean, hey, you got to make something happen, right? But anyway, y'all have yourselves a good one. I hope you all enjoy. Wait for the next video. I salute y'all. Peace.